Welcome, Libra. This is 2024 March, your astrology report where work, health, and relationship stuff is on the agenda. Big changes coming through here, especially with an eclipse in Libra on March the 25th. This is an ongoing story. We're going to dive into how it impacts you in this month ahead. So welcome to my channel. If you are new, my name is Lori Lothy, and I'm using the Western Tropical Zodiac and the whole sign house system. I also love to use minor stars and fixed asteroids. And if you like that kind of content, I put out 30 videos to 40 videos every month, and you might want to check it out. So try me out by liking, subscribing, and hitting the notification bell. One announcement I'm making before we go ahead, and it's my only promotion, is that my Sky Reader class is going to begin on the 7th or so of April, and it's running for 6 weeks. We'll have a week off after 3 weeks so that you can digest the material. Live classes with me, replays available if it's not convenient for your time zone, weekly Q&A calls at multiple times to accommodate other time zones, as well as a Facebook group where we have postings with homework and I interact with you there as well. If you want some more contact with me and wish to use astrology to time your best life, and be your own astrologer, try out my Sky Reader class. It will be my 5th time teaching it. It has had popular reviews, and I really love allowing you guys to learn how to fish rather than me giving you the fish. All right, so let's talk about the sky. Number one, I think that I have to start with the eclipse. Normally I don't, because normally what I do here is I talk about the moons, and I certainly talk about the progression of everything in a chronological order and the planetary changes of sign. We'll be doing all of that. But the most important thing, if you're a Libra, is the eclipse of March the 25th. Now, you've had an eclipse here already. That eclipse occurred in the sign of Libra on the 14th of October at 21 degrees of Libra. And that energy has already been felt as a solar eclipse by you. It's in the house of your identity. You are Libra. I mean, if you're listening for the ascendant, it's about your body, self complex, my body, mind, self, my identity. If you're listening for your sun, it's about your career as a Libra or father figures. And if you're moon, mother and mother figures, and of course, home, nest, safety, and the body are lunar elements. So this energy is nothing new, but I mean, if it's about your moon, there's eclipses with the south node going over your mom. If it's about your son, it's your dad or father figures, mother figures, and that's going to be challenges for them in their life. Now, don't get too worried about it. Like my daughter has her moon in Libra, and the eclipse that happened in October was on her moon. And would you think, oh no, what happened to Lori? Nothing. I spent 3 months in the United States, and the moon was eclipsed. My daughter didn't see me because I was traveling for those months. So it doesn't always mean the worst case outcome, but you must know that eclipses to your lunar placement, your mom, solar, your dad, can be very much about the challenges that they're having, not all about you. So keep in mind then that this eclipse is happening at 5 degrees of Libra. And unlike the eclipse last October, which is at 21 degrees of Libra. So you Libras in the first 10 degrees of the sun, moon, and Libra rising degrees are going to feel this lunar eclipse much more intensely. Now I'm going to do a whole video on this. So you might want to subscribe because we'll be diving into the asteroids and the stars involved and a bunch of other deep dives into how to use this eclipse. So if you want to get the gist of that here, all I'll say is this 5-degree eclipse being lunar is lighting something up in an eerie red glow of a lunar eclipse. It's as if someone shines a black light poster, turns on the black light, or, is shining a new way of seeing something into the place where that Libra placement is for you. So it can be completions, fullnesses, and endings, and it's in the house of identity for you, right? In general, right? The ascendant is your identity. So your South Node eclipse, releasing an old sense of self, releasing an old sense of identity, open up a new one to come into some new form of identity. And that's what you're doing when you have eclipses with the South Node. You're releasing the old identity. You're letting out what isn't you to discover what is you. So in essence, there's a lot of change of sense of self and identity for all you Libras. And that started up last fall, will continue to impact you into this fall with another solar eclipse here on October 2nd. And then it runs through to like the spring of next 25. So you're under a lot of renovation. Keep it in mind. Where the place of your natal Venus sits in your chart gives you a flavor of how this eclipse will impact you. But that's when you might want to take my webinar, or you might want to come to one of my bigger, longer videos that I'll be doing this year about that eclipse to understand how to use that. If you're in my Patreon community, I teach you this stuff all the time. Okay, let's now talk about the movement of Venus through the sky in this month because she's a lord of your sign. Then we'll talk about Mars and then Mercury. Now, Venus, what Venus does, you should pay attention to because she's the dispositor or the lord of Libra, and she's going to be changing signs. She's going to move on February 16th. March the 11th, out of Aquarius, where she's been since February 16th, and she's going to move into the sign of her exaltation, which is Pisces. And that's going to be a nice turning point for you because where she was going through Aquarius from February 16th to March 11th with Pluto and Mars was your sexuality and romance house, bringing difficulty, intensity, and maybe intense challenges there. Mars is, let's quit this romance and let's sever this sexual relationship. And Venus says, let's figure it out and have some fun. And there's a lot of intense energy going on in February with romance and sex, but also with your children. And maybe if you have children, a lot of push-pull there. If you're an artist, creative, or entrepreneur, that's also where she was tangoing with Mars last month of February, especially after the 16th, obviously, when she got there, and Pluto in your fifth house. So it's a lot of intensity, a lot of stuff going on in that fifth house last month. Now, what I'm saying is until March 11th, she's still there in your fifth house. So she's working with Mars to figure out what to do around romantic love, creative projects, and your children. And then we move forward, and on March the 12th, she slides into her exaltation. Wonderful for work, guys. For you Libra moons, it can be opportunities for new rental properties and pets. For you Libra suns, career upgrades in work and career. And for you risings, especially improvements in health and career. So this is where you're going to find this energy of Venus exalting your sixth house. Like, oh my God, my dream pet. Oh my God, my dream job. Oh my God, I love my job. Oh my God, my job loves me. Oh my God, my health is improving. Thank God. So these feelings of all of these things coming together in a very positive way is something that you can look forward to March 12th to the 4th of April. And at the same time, when she's going through this part of your chart, she's going to be loving up your chunky money house where Jupiter sits in Uranus. Expect some unexpected opportunities to pay off debts, unexpected opportunities to secure money as she moves through your work house. So not only could you get a new great career opportunity, job opportunity, all of that, you can eliminate debt or be able to get some chunky money anytime between March 12th and April 4th that help you with paying off a credit card, refinancing a loan, getting some positive outcomes regarding rental and property situations, and the money in order to make it happen. So maybe even an opportunity to buy or sell a piece of real estate or rent out a property. All of that is very yay, yay, yay. March the 12th to April the 4th for Libra people. Now, let's talk Mars. Mars moving through your fifth house has been difficult for relationships to children, maybe passionate creative projects for art and entrepreneurship and working hard. Unfortunately, with Mars and Pluto here, I don't want to, say this coming into the rear view mirror, but miscarriages, for example, or abortions, and that has been true for some of you Libras, especially Libra rising, as some challenging energy as Mars journeyed through your fifth house. Ready? And that was occurring and will still occur. It started February 13th and it ends on March the 22nd. On March the 22nd, that intensity comes to an end as he leaves that part of your sky and joins into with Venus, your sixth house of work. Now, that can be really exciting. It can be a lot of work because he's in a house of his joy and you're working hard, and Venus is making the hard work fruitful and maybe even profitable for you, and you're liking it despite your working hard. There'll be a window of time where both Mars and Venus are together in the work and workplace house. And that window of time where they're co-present together will be between March the 23rd and April the 4th. And that's an interesting time because it can also look for some Libras like a push-pull between staying in a job that's making you happy at some level and leaving. But it can also mean somebody in the workplace leaves, quits or gets fired, and you get a promotion or raise. So look for those kinds of sweet spots there between March the 23rd, when Venus and Mars are there together through to April 4th. Now, Mars will be in that workhouse all the way through to April 30th. So therefore, March the 23rd to April 30th, you're working your ass off. When it comes to health matters, watch for rashes and inflammation and heat in the body. Otherwise, you're just working hard and you may be getting into a new exercise program in order to be healthier than you normally are, moving your body in new ways. Sadly, if you have a pet that's eldering out, and because Saturn is here, an elder pet may pass between March the 23rd and April the 30th. Yes, life involves the passing of domestic animals. It happens. Now let's move into the Mercury story. Mercury is moving until March the 8th through Pisces. That's your work house. Great for negotiating a new contract or a deal for work. Great for communicating well with the people in your workspace. Great for negotiating a rental contract or renegotiating a financial situation like a mortgage or a credit card debt. All very lovely energy for you until March the 8th. Then on March the 9th, through to May the 16th, 2 months, he's traveling through Aries, your house of significant marriage type commitment and relationship, business partnerships, client, audience, marketplace. Got it? Excuse me, my nose is itchy and I know it's crazy. I can't even see how bad it is when I'm rubbing my nose for you guys because I'm looking at the chart. All right, I just sneezed on the last video. So obviously I'm sneezy and my nose is itchy. I could be coming down with something. I'm going to heal myself right now. All right, so Mars is going to make your relationship challenging, Libras. If you're a Libra moon, the challenges in the relationship may impact where you live. If you're a Libra sun, it can be relationship challenges that impact your work. If you're a Libra rising, you just got relationship challenges. It can mean separation and time apart from your significant other as well. But I mean, not necessarily, right? It will eventually maybe mean that because after April 3rd, Mars will move into your 7th house, and that can be where you want to get away from each other for some reason. But when Mercury's there, the negotiations and the deal making can happen with your marriage partner too. I hope I said Mercury, not Mars. I meant Mercury. Mercury there, March the 9th to May 16th, 2 months. He will retrograde in your 7th house. That means that old relationships from your past can come back to you, or old problems you haven't resolved in your existing love relationship can come back to you. So look for that as a potential thing. Now, when Mercury is in the 7th house, it's good for deals and negotiations and contracts legally, and you could seal the deal on many different kinds of contracts. Mercury here, March the 9th, through to May the 16th, but starting in March, it's not retrograding in March, right? You have to wait for April, but he will start point here and he can reset your relationship. You might want to go back to 2017. What kinds of significant relationship changes did you have in committed love stories? And did you reset one or did you end one? What was happening? Mercury retrograde has you go back over old ground in an existing love story. Or old love stories from the past are returning to you. If they were ever committed, they will be very much on your radar. And because Mars is going to even be moving through Aquarius, your romantic love house, until March the 23rd. And you have Mercury in your marriage house on March the 9th. Between March the 9th and the 23rd, you may be having a lot of discussions with your romantic love partner around sexual and romantic intimacy, communicating about it with each other. Mercury is really good in the 7th house for you getting any kind of promotion into the public. And if you want to share a message with the audience or marketplace, you can be more successful than usual when Mercury is here. Don't do that in a retrograde, please. But when he's direct, anyway, between the March 9th and May 16th, you can use him for being very promotional and very able to deliver messages to the audience, marketplace, and public. Good for sales. And if you're in a sales field, a window of proper sales success could happen here as well. March 9th to May 16th. All right, let's go ahead and talk about the breakdown of the month-by-month stories, okay? Let's start off with March 1 and 2, the beginning of the month. Sun is in a flow to Jupiter. Now, Jupiter is luck and opportunity, and he's bringing you either an inheritance or he's bringing you some chunks of money that you don't earn, some exciting developments with bank loans and mortgages, for example, between like now and the 3rd week of May. This began, by the way, last year in May, but he was debilitated by retrogradation and proximity to the node of fate. So now you see the better side of Jupiter between December 31st and May 25th. And this is where you see something interesting happening in regards to chunky money. Solar figures can be father figures. Sun sextiles Jupiter from the 6th house of debts and karmic debts. So some positive things to do with work and money, father figures and money. The sun is the ruler of your house of karmic rewards and windfalls, possibly a sense of being highly rewarded financially in your work, getting a raise or promotion, something like that looks good on you. The chunky money part can also be like a sign-on bonus, a severance package, a performance review bonus or something like that in the work environment, a commission, an extra big chunky commission for you, Libras, coming through your sky March 1st and 2nd. Then on the 3rd, Venus will square Uranus while Mercury is sextiling Uranus. So the 3rd and 4th is a double Uranus story. This involves usually unexpected developments regarding chunky money, and that also brings in Mercury and Venus are both doing something here. Venus will still be in your 5th house of money luck. Yes, and you could win some lottery monies here. That could happen. Mercury, did I say money luck? Yeah, let me double check what I said. Yeah, she's in your Aquarian zone, so money luck, kaboom, what could happen? And Mercury will be still moving through your 6th house of work. So some unexpected debt repayments, unexpected money allows you to pay off debt, unexpected situations regarding finances that allow for a renegotiation of a contract at work, some kind of deal making around a new work opportunity. These are all very possible, but again, there's a bit of a surprise. You're not expecting it. There's a lot of surprises at this month with Uranus getting in the mix. Then we move on to March the 8th to the 10th. A lot of stuff is happening. Vision Board Day, March the 8th. Neptune and Venus co-join. Happens every year. This is happening in your 6th house. You want to do a vision, a dream, an imagination of your ideal job, of your dream pet, of your ideal rental property, whether you're the landlord or the leasee. Your ideal situation regarding health matters is a good time to really envision, imagine what you desire, and use that proactively. On the same time, you could get a contract for your dream job, and you're so happy March the 8th. On March the 9th, the sun and Mars are very busy between the 8th and the 10th of March. Well, the sun will sextile Uranus. Happy surprises to do with work and money. Happy surprises to do with pets and money. Happy, powerful, maybe positive developments to do with earnings, work, and raises and promotions and money. All good for you then. Sun energy connecting to Uranus in the house of chunky money, co-present with Jupiter. But then also Mars. Mars will square Uranus, and that's also a surprise. Like what Venus did on March 3rd, he's kind of doing something similar, if not connected to March the 3rd. Mars likes to end things, and he's squaring Uranus, and he's doing it from the house of children, romantic love, entrepreneurship, and creativity. Mars squaring Uranus can be, in this regard, some kind of opportunity to end something for your better financial good, or something ending for your better financial good that looks good on you. Now, come on, Mars is moving through the house of your children. Maybe you have a financial problem with a child. Maybe that's going to surprise you. Maybe a child who, has been holding you back financially is going to suddenly decide to leave the home. Maybe your entrepreneurial business takes an interesting, surprising turn. Because royalty income and chunky money and passive income revenue, commissions and stuff like that can be coming forward. But because it's a square, it's a little bit more difficult. And my worst case scenario would be breaking up with somebody romantically from this square because of some unexpected revelation that would be a secret, from Uranus in the house of secrets. So let's see where that goes for you. And then about the 16th, the 18th of the month, the sun will be in a conjunction to Neptune. That is a very powerful story that happens on the yearly right now, as you have Neptune since 2011 in your 6th house. But it can be very powerful for career advancement in a way that really has to mostly deal with your earnings. Some kind of dream come true of earnings increase can show up from this particular configuration for you. And I know I keep squilling around in my outfit and changing how I'm looking here. I'm not looking at me, I'm looking at my chart. But you know what? I cannot get warm right now in Vancouver, Canada. I like my sorry look. All right, back to what I'm looking at instead of, I don't even know if I ever look at you guys when I'm reading a chart. All right. Sun Neptune. What else can I say about it? Father figures, dreamy outcomes, great gains from your career. All right, moving into and Jupiter. Jupiter is ruling the Sun Neptune conjunction. So again, can look like a chunk of money coming from a father figure. It doesn't have to be an inheritance. Okay, it could be an elder, like a grandparent, because Saturn is in the sixth house. Then March the 21st until the 22nd, the Sun will sextile Pluto, and Saturn and Venus will conjunct. It's all happening at the same time. Now, Sun sextile Pluto is good for power and powering up, especially in career, and that's going to be very positive on the 21st to the 22nd. Whew. The Sun will be in the house of contracts, deals, negotiations, and agreements. Terms of service, getting a new job can happen with that. But also, as a general vibe, it connects to the house of creativity and entrepreneurship where Pluto is sitting. And there could be some new agreements regarding entrepreneurial or creative projects, endeavors, and artistic endeavors as well. And maybe also coming to a new agreement with somebody around things to do with, no, we'll leave it at that. That feels pretty good. But there's a bit of a Saturn story, so something to do with your home as well. Maybe a change in your home regarding children in your home, maybe a change in your home regarding rental opportunities in home. This is a big vibe that looks positive then. Sun sextile Pluto, March 21, 22. But at the same time, Saturn, love is hard. Saturn, Venus, love is hard, love lasts, love's enduring, love's a struggle, love's a marathon. Money is hard, money's enduring, money requires perseverance. Those are Saturn, Neptune vibes. And these two are coming together in a workhouse. And we're going to go with the word the work is hard, but I love it. When I work hard, I prosper. When I grind and work hard, I am satisfied by the outcome of my grinding hard work. Those sorts of things. Now, it is a health house, and Venus is about your beauty, and Saturn is constraining you. But it also can be lasting health challenges resolved that have to do with one's sense of beauty. All right. So coming into lasting health challenges, enduring chronic health challenges can be resolved, okay, in some way on the 21st and 22nd of March. Maybe you find a new solution, you consult an expert authority in women's health, maybe because it's Venus, that kind of thing. Then Venus is flowing to Jupiter in a sextile. Did I tell you about the new moon? Oh, sorry, guys. Go back in time to March 9th and 10th. There is a new moon in Pisces in your house of work. New moon, new job. New moon, new pet. New moon, new rental. New job, new rental, new pet. For a lot of you Libra rising sun and moon people, between that indication of the beginning, March 9th, 10th, and that flows out for 6 months. New pet, new rental, new job. Okay, now let's go back to the future. Back to the future. March the 24th and 25th is a wonderful sky. Venus in Jupiter's sign, Jupiter in Venus's sign, sextiling each other. It's called mutual reception. Venus exalted in Jupiter's sign, in Pisces, in your workhouse, flowing to Jupiter in your house of chunky money. Certainly something really good is happening around finances and work, debt repayment, paying off credit cards, debt relief. A great deal of abundance is karmically due you. Karmic debt rewards and chunky money stories, March 24th and the 25th. And then on March the 28th, Venus will sextile Uranus in a super glow flow. This is happy surprises in money and love. Consider the difference between March the 3rd. March the 28th is something you're really wanting to see happen. Venus exalted is moving through the workhouse, the health house, the house of your pets and rental agreements. And that can be, that's just where she is. Surprise! We're tying this in, really. What's going on the 23rd, 24th, and 25th with regards to the sextile from Venus to Jupiter? Because in essence, the 28th is the Uranus energy. It's all one thing. It kind of imbues a sort of surprising, positive financial uplift in some way. Or eighth house can be occult mysteries and secrets, and something is revealed that feels positive, or there's a revealing of something that improves your sense of well-being physically. It is mostly, to me, a money work story, but it has other iterations as well. And, during the entire month of March, you have Juno traveling through your 12th house. She is retrograding, but your 12th house. And, she's activating everybody, Juno, contracts, agreements, and vows, everybody in that sixth house, forming a wedge to Jupiter, Uranus, and your eighth. And a long story short, some of you may make very important financial agreements with others behind the scenes and low-key backroom deals and negotiations in both work and in inheritances and chunky money that really glows you up in both areas. It does lend itself as well to the possibility of some kind of agreements being made in your love story with your partner, if you have one, that allows for greater prosperity for the both of you. Alrighty, I hope that's useful. I hope that that helps you look at the month ahead. And time your best life. My Patreon community is getting this on February 18th, early access, ad-free. If you want that kind of content, plus 2 free courses with me for trying me out for 1 month for $5, Synastry, the key to Are You My Person? Relationship Synastry course, Chiron, the key to purpose. I'm gifting you those for giving me a shot for $5. If you don't like it, quit, leave, and keep the gifts. You're going to get early access, ad-free content. All my videos on YouTube are there before you get them here. And you get to learn from me in a once-a-month class that it won't be anywhere else in our Zoom meeting. Depends on your tier. You can get up to 3 meetings with me a month. But they're all usually small group. So you get more intimacy. I get to know you guys too. So check out Patreon, see if it's something you might want to consider joining. And don't forget, Sky Reader starts my class in learning astrology, Time Your Best Life, Be Your Own Astrologer. That class is starting as well in the month of April. Check out the waitlist is below in order to get discounts and early access to that class. All right, bye. Bye, everybody. Bye, Libra. Have a wonderful month ahead.